just imagine how I'm gonna be when camp starts.
The man that beat the man gonna do it again. It's your boy, Mr. 926, aka Bushido the Dragon, aka the Black Mage, aka I can just do this all day. The two-time demonetized champion of the world.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man.
Check it out, man. Right on season. It's coming up. Right on season's coming up. Terence Crawford will be headlining the card against Errol Madrimov. Sorry if I butchered his name. Isaac Cruz will be going against Jose Venezuela. Tim Tszyu will be going against Virgil Ortiz. Andy Ruiz will be going up against Darrell Miller. David Morrell will be going up against Radivo Kalajevic. And Andy Cruz will be going up against Antonio Moran. Hell of a card stacked from top to bottom from fighters from fight on various different promotional companies over the years. But Terence Bud Crawford said that he's going to beat the man that beat the man again. What does this mean? Right? What does this mean when Bud Crawford says this? Right? It's pretty subliminal from Bud Crawford, but I think a lot of us know what this means. We heard the news that Errol Spence Jr. will be facing Sebastian Fundora for the WBC junior middleweight title. So Errol Spence looked like he's looking to kind of campaign against Terence Crawford once again. I would say the Crawford-Spence saga continues. I'll bet it'll be at 154 pounds. And speaking of 154 pounds, Terence Crawford actually got stripped of his WBC status. It says the WBC Board of Governors has voted in favor to accept our proud WBC welterweight champion, Terence Crawford, to be placed as champion in recess in the welterweight division. The WBC board also voted in favor of officially sanctioning the Crawford versus Madrimov fight as a final eliminator bout for the mandatory position in the super welterweight division. Terence Crawford will inform the WBC which division he wishes to compete after the August fight. Wow. So basically they say, you know what, Bud, we're going to take the belt for, see, they didn't do it like the IBF did it. You know what I'm saying? WBC kind of, you know, they kind of do things. They gave Crawford, like, look, you're still the champion in recess, but we got to let this belt move on for the next wave of guys. But since we're doing this to you, Bud, we're not going to do like the IBF. We're going to make this fight an eliminator fight. So whoever wins this fight will be the mandatory challenger for the Spence Fundora fight, which is great for boxing. I mean, boxing is moving in the right direction. This forces a fight between whoever wins next to happen. And now it's looking like some of the sanctioned bodies is on board. And of course, Turki Al-Ashiki has been a man to really make these things move. So Bud Crawford didn't get bamboozled like the IBF tends to bamboozle fighters, like they've done Bud in the past on multiple occasions, like they've done Alexander Usyk, like they're trying to do Usyk now. WBC said, yeah, we got to kind of let the division move forward. We'll put you as champion in recess as a welterweight, but we go also let you be the mandatory challenger and make this fight a final eliminator bout so you can face the Spence Fundora winner. So we can guarantee we get that next. So it's looking like to me, you guys, that we will be seeing Spence and Crawford face off against each other once again. But will Spence be ready for Bud Crawford? I mean, Bud Crawford is in camp before camp, right? He's in camp before camp already. Bud Crawford looked like he was in shape prior to him even starting pre-camp. But when we saw Errol Spence, he didn't necessarily look like he was in the best shape. He wasn't totally out of shape, but he didn't look like a guy that's been in the gym consistently over this time while he was off. Not to mention the big fish don't have a trainer going into this fight. We don't know who's training Errol Spence Jr. But what we do know is Bud Crawford acknowledges the situation right now in boxing. And this is be a good alternate plan just in case the Canelo situation don't happen. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and unify 154 pounds against Errol Spence Jr. Once again, it's going to be an undisputed type of fight, right? I think the Bakaram guy has the IBFs, and they have to deal with the IBF. Do we really want to deal with the IBF? Do we just want to make it a 3-division, a 3-belt, undisputed again, and just get rid of the IBF since they like to strip guys a week after becoming undisputed anyway? Do we really want to deal with the IBF and their shenanigans and the bullshit that comes with the IBF. I don't think a lot of the fighters want to deal with the IBF anyway, to be honest. The 10-pound rehydration limit and all this other foolishness they got going on. You know, them stripping guys and making them force these mandatory. Let these guys have them belts for at least a few months, bro. They take them belts away from these guys, and it's like, man, what's the point of me fighting? All right, bet, good. I ain't got to pay the sanction fees for this motherfucker then. Go ahead, take it. Right? But look, man, interesting turn of events in the sport of boxing. This is why the sport of boxing is so great, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know how things are going to play out. It's going to be almost a year since Errol Spence and Terence Crawford shared the ring with each other. It's going to be almost a year. And, you know, who foreseen things playing out the way it's playing out right now? Errol Spence is on his get back tour. Terence Crawford is looking to ascend even higher on a boxing plateau of greatness. But Errol Spence looking to reclaim his status as being the man. I think the Crawford-Spence saga continues, you guys. Right? It seems like the sanctioned bodies is making sure it happens. And it just seems like it's on the path to happening. But first, we got to deal with right-on season. Right? Right-on season is coming up. Terence Crawford has to get past Israel Madrimov. He has to look good against Israel Madrimov. He can't show no vulnerabilities, no slippage, no signs of slowing down against the unknown in America, but potentially dangerous Israel Madrimov, who Bud Crawford must get past first, who Bud Crawford must take serious. Right? Dude seems like he has something. We don't know too much about him as far as him fighting here in the States. But for whatever reason, he has 1 million followers. Southpaw. A guy that can do some things outside of boxing as far as martial arts is concerned. Bigger guy. Must get past this dude. And then the Crawford-Spence saga too can continue. Then there's potentially Canelo Alvarez as well. Right? We got to see what happens with Canelo Alvarez. He's been forced to go to purse bid against William Skull. IBF is looking to strip Canelo Alvarez as well. So they're not playing no games with any of these guys, you know. Any of these guys, right? Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull purse bids are now scheduled for June 6th. The Skull's team have requested immediate purse bids. Fight has been ordered by the IBF as a mandatory defense for the WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO super middleweight champion. So yeah, Canelo Alvarez is getting forced. These guys are forcing the issue on Canelo Alvarez. So we may not see Canelo fight Crawford this year. We may not see this 5 versus 5 USA versus Mexico showdown that we're hearing rumors about. We may not see it unless Canelo Alvarez gets past William Skull easily with no problems, and then he decides to fight 3 times this year instead of 2. So yeah, that's the latest. Some of the latest news in boxing. Terence Bud Crawford says that the man that beat the man is going to do it again. Is he talking about Errol Spence? Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, hot your boy. Peace out.